Hey there, it's Tank Girl, and this is the Galaxy Tab from Samsung. This is actually the Sprint version. I just unboxed the Verizon version not too long ago. So I want to give you a look at this one as well. So let's get started, shall we? Yellow. And there it is. The Galaxy Tab for Sprint. So this one has 3G and Wi-Fi, no 4G. Welcome. Now you can stay in touch while on the go with movies, TV, games, email, ebooks, website, music, social media, Android Market apps, and more. Galaxy Tab. So let me give you a quick walk around. Let's start at the very top. As you can see here, there's the 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera with a sensor of some kind. Of course, the Sprint logo is on this sheet that I'm going to remove in a second, the protective sheet. And then at the bottom you have the usual capacitive buttons. You got menu, home, back, and search. And the back, it's very white, serial numbers. You got the Google logo, Samsung logo, Sprint logo. Nothing until you hit the Galaxy Tab logo, and here is a 3 megapixel, I think autofocus, back camera with the flash. Let me see if you can see it nicely here. So that's what the back looks like. See, so the back and the front, and then let's walk you through the sides. So this is exactly the same as the Verizon model that I just unboxed. You got nothing on the left until you hit the microphone, and then you get the little digital by Qualcomm sticker. Nothing again till you hit the bottom. At the bottom you have a speaker, the docking port, and another speaker, so stereo speakers. I think these little round plugs cover the screws to open this. This has a sealed battery, so you can't get in it unless you bring it in to be looked at. On the right hand side you have a micro SD card slot right there, and the volume buttons, the rocker for volume in, of course the lock, unlock, and power key. On all the Galaxy devices from Samsung, it's always on the right hand side for some reason instead of the top. I'm actually gonna see if I can open this micro SD slot and see what kind of card they bundled with it. And here we have it. If it will focus. It's a 16 gigabyte card. Nice. Nicely done, Samsung. So I'm just putting it back. There we go. So that's the micro SD card slot. And so now this brings us back to the top. So you got nothing here on the top. This little flap is to remove the back protection that I'll do in a second. And here's the headphone jack, 3.5 millimeter standard. I believe it also takes headsets with a inline microphone. So that's for the tablet. Let me quickly show you what's in the box, and we'll move on to doing size comparison with other devices. So in here you have a little compartment that contains some manuals, I believe, possibly. Let's see what we've got. So here we have I got it right. I was going to turn it over, but basics guide. I guess that's the user manual. And then we have a getting started, probably a simplified user manual. All you need to know to get going. Galaxy Tab, Sprint. Let me maybe see what's in here quickly. Yeah, just some illustrations and basic steps. And then you've got the Spanish version here of the Getting Started guide. And that's it for what's in this little box. Now, the rest of the box, as you can see, there's a micro SD adapter for standard SD card slots. So that's kind of nice. Nice little perk to throw that in. And then here you've got a couple of more manuals. Important information about your Galaxy Tab. This is all the legalese. It's pretty thick. Let's get rid of that. And then here you got a little card for the Samsung Media Hub. you can register now and get the Media Hub going. This is something that all Galaxy devices have available now. And then let's see what we've got here. We've got USB cable. So this uses, as you saw, a proprietary connector that's similar to what's used. Let me see if I can show this to you better. There. Similar to what's used on an iPod, iPad, or iPhone, but it's not the same pinout. And then at the other end, you got a standard USB plug here. And then here you have the AC adapter, which is in two pieces. As I showed you on the Verizon model, you have the actual AC adapter with this little recessed space in which you can slide different prongs for different countries. So in this case here, clearly the US prong. You can slide that in there, and then you've got your AC adapter. And at the other end of the AC adapter, obviously, is a USB port, standard USB right there. So that's basically it for the box. So let's compare this with, say, the Samsung Galaxy S for Sprint. So this is the Epic 4G, as it's known. It's the Galaxy S phone, Galaxy Tab tablet. They are very similar internally, except that one is a tablet and one is a phone. So, you know, as you can see, the size difference is pretty obvious. This is a 4-inch screen. It's also a slide-out keyboard, right? Which the Galaxy Tab tablet doesn't have. So, here's the size difference. If you turn them over, you can see the difference in size there pretty clearly. Of course, this has a 5-megapixel autofocus camera. And thickness, obviously, the phone's a little thicker since it's a slider. You can see here. But this is about the same thickness as the other Galaxy S phones, the ones that don't have a slide-out keyboard. But I did want to show you oranges for oranges or apples for apples by giving you a sprint-to-sprint comparison. So that's one comparison. The other one, obviously, everybody wants to make is comparing with the iPhone. So this is the iPhone 4, and you can see the size difference. Now, the Epic 4G I just showed you has a 4-inch screen. This has a 3.5-inch screen, and of course the tablet has a 7-inch screen. So it gives you a feel for the size difference. And then flipping them over, here's the size difference, and then thickness. Obviously the iPhone's pretty thin, but as you can see, the Galaxy Tab is quite thin, actually. So then, the obvious other comparison is with another device that we all know pretty well, the iPad. So there's the iPad from Apple. This is a 3G model. And so here's the Galaxy Tab. So it gives you a good feel for size difference here. And then, you know, if you turn them over, this is the iPad back and the Galaxy Tab. So there you have it. Now, one thing I forgot to do with the Verizon model is kind of do a thickness comparison. And of course, they're both kind of convex in the back. They're both kind of rounded. So the iPad might be a bit thinner, but not by much, because it's more convex than the tablet, the Galaxy Tab is. And then just for maybe completion, and let me just put these together like this, and then pull out the iPhone and the Epic 4G, give you a basis of comparison here of sizes, and maybe I can lift this up like that, give you a better idea for sizes like that, and then spin it around so you get a better feel. You can see the Epic is bigger than the iPhone. Yeah, you know, so the Tab is a smaller tablet than the iPad, definitely quite a bit smaller. So now maybe it's time to turn this on for the first time and see what happens. I'm going to remove these films, and there's one in the back as well. So here you can get a better feel of what it looks like without the film on. Front-facing camera right there. And then let me remove this back film as well. Always makes an interesting noise. So now you can get to see the back without any obstructions. Cover the serial number. That's the DLC tab. And there we go. There we go. So let's turn it on. So pause buttons on the side, just like the Verizon version I turned on earlier. And there's the Samsung logo. See what happens. So this is the typical Samsung Galaxy swirly thing. And then there's going to be maybe a Sprint one. The Verizon one only had the little Verizon jingle, not the Galaxy one. And no, this one doesn't have the Sprint jingle, so it's very interesting. So you used to unlock it, slide over. So here are some instructions. On-screen keyboard settings. So this is kind of like a tutorial for using the on-screen keyboard. I'm just showing it to you so you can read it yourself. So I'm just going to go next. I don't really want to go through this tutorial. So here's giving me an option to do 3G network or Wi-Fi, or Wi-Fi only. Interestingly, the other, I'm just going to go 3G or Wi-Fi. The other tablet, the Verizon one, didn't prompt me with any of this, which means that somebody probably at the PR agency that sent me, the Verizon people that sent me this, already went through all of that. So here we can say, use Google location, which I think I want to. I agree to the terms. Use GPS satellites. Actually, I wanted to turn on the Wi-Fi location as well here. And so I'm just going to go next, not add any Wi-Fi. So here we go. I agree to this. And then next, you can set up accounts, which I'm not going to do right now. Just so you see here. And then tap, and once it focuses, learn more about personalizing your home screen. There's a link you can tap. I'm just going to go finish. And here we go. Here's the home screen. And I find it very interesting that they picked this kind of similar background to the iPad with the kind of time-lapse meteor shower / sky, night sky. So you got 3 panels. The Verizon one has 5. So I think you might be able to add more panels. Maybe not. I'll find out. Some devices now allow you to have more panels and add them. And of course here are the apps. Now because it's Samsung, it's skinned slightly differently than default Android, and you've got good to scroll sideways through the app list rather than up and down like a normal Android device. Now this is also the case on the Epic 4G, so nothing new there really. So Sprint's got a bunch of apps like the Sprint Zone. Let me see if they've added anything else. Trying to see if there's any other obvious Sprint app here. Can't see anything at first glance, but I could be wrong. So, that's not bad. They didn't make a big mess of it. And it's apparently connected over 3G right now, as you can see up here. It's Tankgirl. This is the Galaxy tab for Sprint, and I hope you enjoyed this unboxing first power on. Check out my blog, Tankgirl Mobile, tnkgrl.wordpress.com, for more on the Galaxy tab. And also follow me on Twitter. I'm at Tankgirl, TNKGRL. Cheers.